Okay, so now I am finished drawing my vase and flowers, so I'm ready to start watercoloring. I have set up my art station with 2 cups of water, watercolors, a couple of different paintbrushes, a washcloth or a towel that's old that can get dirty, and I have everything set up on a table that I don't care too much about. You could also just put newspaper behind your artwork so you don't get the table dirty. Okay, another thing that you may want to do is tape your watercolor paper to the surface you're working on. This will help keep your paper from buckling when you're using watercolor. A lot of times the paper will lift because of the water. So I take masking tape, and you can just take off a strip that's as long as the side that you're going to take down. And then I like to take it and I actually stick it to my clothes and then pull it off so it makes it a little bit less sticky, which will help keep your paper from tearing. And then I'm just going to place it along the edge, and I'll want to go around and do that to all 4 sides. Okay, to begin, I'm going to start by painting the background. I'm going to do the background and then part of the tablecloth. I'm going to start by using a technique called wet on wet, which means that I first wet my paintbrush and then add water to the paper, and then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to add color. So I'm just going to do this little section right here so you guys can see. So I go ahead and I wet that, and then I'm going to paint my background a blue color. So I'm going to wet my paint here, and then I'm going to pull it out over here, and I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. I don't want it to be really intense in the background, so I'm going to dilute it using some more water. And then I can go in and I'm just going to slowly add. You can see I'm just lightly touching the paper, and you can see how the paint spreads really quickly to wherever there's been water applied to the paper. So that is wet on wet. I'm going to go ahead and just finish coloring the background using the wet on wet technique. First I'm wetting my paper, and then I'll go back in and I'll add the watercolor. I'm kind of using a flat brush that is a bit thicker because it's a big space. So you can just see how quickly that watercolor spreads. And then I'll make sure that I don't add water where I don't want the paint right now. So I'm really careful with my edges. It's okay to leave a little bit of white space. You can see how that's bled into my vase right there. I can just take a washcloth and I can dry that area and pull the color out if I needed to. I'm just going to go in. I'm going to finish coloring the rest of my background.